Welcome back to Balancing Acts, your guide to grow, profit, and scale. I'm Linda Hamilton, a CPA, certified exit planning advisor and systemologist, and we're talking with Kirk Jaffe of Kirk Jaffe Consultants about business planning, financial side of growth, bottlenecks, profitability. So much went into the last three segments. I hope you'll listen to if you missed them. And Kirk, now we want to talk about mindset in the face of adversity. I hear across the country, I participate in many groups and women's business owners, the Pinnacle Group, WeBank. What I'm hearing is a lot of fear and uncertainty. They don't have time to find opportunities. They're worried about canceled contracts. And they really do need support. Finding opportunities isn't that easy. So what can we do to help business owners who are going through that right now?
Yeah, it's a rough time, and it's also a liberating time, and it's a wonderful time. Changing the mindset is really about having vision for your future and knowing that our expertise and everything that we've done up to this point has led us to where we're at and where we can go. And I think people, business owners in particular, get very nervous when things get rough. And that's usually when I turn inside myself. I start to read. You see these books here behind me. There's all kinds of books on negotiation and timing and creative thought and marketing. And a great book is Who Moved My Cheese, which is one you may know, Linda.
Yes.
Real briefly, don't tie your shoes up and think that everything is all sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes you got to put those shoes back on and scurry around and go find the next opportunity. But I think if we look inside ourselves, if we look inside our businesses during rough times and really do some gap analysis, do some SWOT analysis, do some of those basic business concept, business thinking planning, it doesn't have to take a lot of time. You can do it in an hour. If you have a great consultant or you have a mastermind you're part of or a group like you described, these are places to have those conversations, but really be jotting down what are the tools inside your business that are really solid, and how do we re-execute those tools and redeploy them as new products, so that you had mentioned to me on the break, one of your clients went from 45 employees to 0 employees just from January till today. That would be emotionally difficult, right? I've had to lay off employees too in my career, and it is always terrible. It feels terrible. But once you get, part of that terrible feeling is also looking at what can we do to adjust so that when we grow the next time, we put some safeguards in place, some safety nets in place, so that when the environment does change, we don't have to be quite so out of sorts.
Right. And, there's constant change, right? We had the 2008 crisis. We had COVID. There were businesses, that went out of business overnight. And there were businesses that made millions more, probably, I would think, just with masks. So that mindset of maybe this is a good time to look at your revenue streams. We talked earlier about selling 18 different things. Maybe you dial that back if necessary. And I'm like you, I do read a lot of books and take a lot of classes as well, because I feel there's always more time to learn. And the market is always changing, right? There's so much change, which leads me to a little bit about AI, which is the biggest change, combined with it's helpful when you look at tariffs. You can find some really good brainstorming on these things, but it's also affecting every business. Is that something you're seeing in the clients you talk to?
Yeah, I think AI, like a lot of business opportunities, is misunderstood, and people will spend much more than they need to create or to utilize an AI concept. So I'm an entrepreneur. So when AI came around, I started studying it. I've been involved with Web 3.0 and blockchain, all these different concepts for a lot of years, learning, Linda, staying out of my comfort zone in terms of learning, and also going into other masterminds and being around other people that know more than I do about these areas. What ended up happening was I opened a company. So I have an AI development company, and what we do is we develop custom solutions for our clients based on what their needs are. So we built a training platform for the restaurant. We've built a sales platform for people that are going through transition, businesses that have good lists of clients, but don't have time, like you said, to find their next opportunity. So what we want to do is we want to create an AI system where those inbound phone calls are coming to you automatically so that you're on a high value opportunity call to sell a product that is in alignment with what you have available to sell. So that's what we're doing in the AI. I really, anytime there's a new product or service that's available in the marketplace, I go very deep on learning about it and how it was intended to be used versus how it may be used today. You have to be careful. There's a lot of companies in the AI space in particular that are selling unbelievable products. I've been quoted up to $25,000 a year for a product that after they quoted it to me 6 months later, they called me back. They go, "Oh, we're not doing it for 25,000 anymore. Now it's $300 a month." Well, that's because they overreached in their ability. They overreached in their explanation, and probably their product didn't really work. So when we build products, they're custom built for our clients so that we know they work and we know that they can be managed. And I think if you can't get a custom built solution at a reasonable price, don't do it. Find a way to go back to the old standbys that have worked always for your business, because sometimes new technology is a distraction, not an additive to growth.
Oh, so true. It's a tool, right? And it is good to study it. I think that let's say for business owners who are facing some cutback in business and things, it's not a bad time to start exploring it, because you do have to get past your fear of AI. It's not going back in the bottle. This is something that is going to be with us. It's going to change and adapt. And I too am playing with it. I haven't built any of the platforms, although I did hear a story. You might find that one of the universities, I think it was Stanford, was doing some testing with an AI therapy bot, and that their depression decreased, their anxiety decreased, and they even bonded with the AI because it's available at 2 a.m. when no therapist is. So I would imagine anyone using that might make a difference in a therapy business, perhaps, that doesn't have, the funds to upscale with hiring.
One of our clients is a autism support platform, and they use speech pathology and different things, and they're using AI to solve the problem of clinicians. So people that are speech pathologists spend hours and hours and hours writing these reports, which means they spend less time focused on their client and the client needs. So AI is a great tool for that. They found a way that these reports are written in real time. So while you're interacting with your client as a speech pathologist, the report is being written for you and all the blanks are being filled in for your legal obligations. That way, at the end of the session, you can take 5 minutes, read the report, make a couple corrections or updates, and then it's done. Instead of having to have an hour session and then 2 hours to write the report, which means we're spending less time serving those people that need it in the speech pathology world. So there are great ways to use AI. I will caution everybody that AI regurgitates whatever it finds. It doesn't think. It doesn't have the human capacity to interpret. So even though AI is great, you really want to use multiple AI systems together and weave them together so that you're getting 3 different opinions from an AI perspective, and then use the human aspect, our own brain, to see if it makes sense. And that's part of what we're doing in our company, which is called My City AI. And you can find out more. Again, just reach out to me, Kirk, at kirkjaffeconsults.com. Happy to show you how that works. Our first beta version of the sales platform is coming out next month. So we're real excited about that. We've got great results from it already.
Oh, I'm excited to check at that. What we're talking about is really an example of something that is both a threat and an opportunity, right? And just like the tariffs are, there's a threat and there's going to be opportunities. And to get past the mindset, as you talked about so much before, and even in your business planning on habits, it's taking the time to step back and look, what is available for you? Are there any pivots you want to make? Because being in business is about being resilient, right? We cannot stop change. Politics changes, the economy changes, and it will keep going. So I hope that, what would you leave people with? Let's say they're really struggling with adversity and they're a little frozen about what are some small steps they can take to find new opportunities for their business so they don't have to be closed?
Yeah, I think I do a lot of mind mapping. When I get really stuck or I'm just totally overwhelmed, I'll just sit down and start throwing ideas out on the paper, out on the digital paper. I bought this wonderful thing, which is a notebook with a pen that converts, it's AI related, and you write in the notebook and it converts everything real time into digital concepts so that you can work with it digitally. So it's a great way to do mind mapping that turns into a digital concept immediately that you can go work with. Write down everything that's there, and write down who you are today. What's most important to you today? Because we change and shift. Our cellular structure is literally changing, regularly, right? I can't remember the exact amount of time, but basically every cell in our body is a new cell over a period of time. What I was born with is not in my body anymore today at 51, right? It's transitioned many times. And with those transitions, who we are transitions as well. So go back to the basics. Write down who you are, what you believe in today, what's interesting to you. Join a mastermind, like the Momentum Maker Mastermind that we offer, because it's a great place to be around other people going through the same situation so that you realize you're not alone. Or join a group like you're in, Linda, and be around other people that are also experiencing similar problems. But be careful. Don't join a group that's bringing you down. Join a group that's encouraging you to expand and grow. And that's where you'll find your next opportunity.
Thank you. I have loved talking to you. I think I'm motivated and inspired to look at your mastermind group, your mind mapping. Really, really wonderful. I hope there's so many takeaways from even just from this segment, as well as the other three on if you're facing adversity, go back to the beginning, write things down, and look for new opportunities. Thank you so much. And I look forward to speaking with you again soon.
Thanks, Linda. Love being here.
This has been a Now Media Networks feature presentation. All rights reserved.